back on the Sunday. So, here on this lovely, lovely Sunday night, and also Mercury retrograde is still upon us. So, for those of you guys who still doesn't understand or know what that means, it just basically means that we are going through some emotional shifts. And happy spring, you guys. So, it's actually spring already. Can you believe that it's already spring, Paulo?
No, I'm excited. I love this spring. I'm already getting uh the spring. You know when you kind of get sick during the spring?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, from it being cold to getting warmer, for some reason I always get sick at that time. Usually people get sick when it gets colder. I
Mm-hmm.
always for some reason get sick when it starts getting warmer for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Maybe for you this year will probably be a different scenario. So who knows, right?
Yeah, so but I already had the sore throat. It wasn't that bad. I'm having this like the sinuses. It's not that bad, so I think I'm fighting it really well.
Okay, perfect. Well, you know what? Speaking of sickness, since you brought that up, I want to dive in a little bit of this topic, which I actually had not a debate, but like an epiphany of the meaning terms of physical health and mental health. So in our podcast, we talk about different things about our mindset. So which means mental health is in play, physical health, because we know Paulo is a fighter over here. So we want to know the depths of his training, or what he does to get his physique. Because I met a lot of fighters. My twin flame's also a boxer. So that's one of the things that we talk about is the physical health. But the thing is, it's
Yeah.
so funny. He has the greatest physical health, but he feels very obese in his mindset.
Hmm.
Oh, interesting, right? So, I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Because here's the thing that I talked about with my twin is the fact that he said, I feel physically fit. Like I can be like structured in my discipline of eating habits and getting in gear and getting ready for the boxing matches. But when it comes to his mental health, he feels like an obese man. So tell
Hmm.
me a little bit about yourself regarding to where you're at physically, but also mentally.
Well, in my current state right now, physically, I feel like I'm in really good shape. I'm getting to, I'm gonna start getting ready for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
It should be around 8.5 weeks out from my fight in May. So I'm feeling really strong. I mean, when I train, I can feel it that my strength conditioning is really kicking in and um, playing a big part in how I train. When I spar, when I go with my teammates. So physically, I feel really good. But I'm trying to get to wrap my head around what your friend said about being obese mentally. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe I want to say, because sometimes I feel like that. Like I think I know where he comes from because sometimes mentally you could put in all the work to get physically fit, like, uh, eat right, do your workouts, be disciplined in getting your sessions in each week, get your recovery in. But sometimes your stress levels are at an all-time high. Or I remember one time when I was younger, I was doing everything. I was going to the gym, I was, eating reasonably okay. But like I can tell that mentally I wasn't the best state of mind, so I didn't feel healthy. But I was going to the gym maybe 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I think uh he might be feeling obese mentally or unphysically fit because he's not doing the mental work, or which you is it's also part of training as an athlete. It's the easy part to do the physical work. Anybody can do any athlete can do the physical work, but if you don't sit down and actually, understand why you're doing the physical work, what's the purpose of your physical work? Um, learning how to slow your mind down because when you do physical work, especially when you're fighting, especially boxing, your
Mhm.
mind's racing. Your adrenaline's always up, you know? So if you don't know how to slow your mind down and you're always just on the go, 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 it's like redlining your body, your mind every single day. And so then maybe that's why he feels like he's always tired mentally. Um, because he doesn't, for me personally, sometimes when I didn't know how to slow down, I was just running through my mind. There was times where I felt like I was doing everything I could to do what I needed to do, but I felt like I was running in place. I wasn't going to too many, not, I wasn't going anywhere. So now that I'm in the state that I'm in now, I'm not redlining my body the way I used to, but I feel like I'm running miles. I'm getting from point A to point B exponentially quicker than I was before.
Mhm.
So I feel mentally fast as well. So
Mhm.
it's just it's just finding that tempo. I remember um tempo is number one because it's like the story between the tortoise and the hare, right?
Yeah.
The you could run as fast as you can and then rest for another month, but then you kind of lose that progression because you're just kind of stagnant at some point in your life. But if you keep a steady tempo, you're steady moving forward, you can find yourself moving along quicker if you just keep that tempo. Consistency is key, right? If you work out once a week, but you're kicking the shit out of your or you're killing your body, then you don't get as much volume as if you worked out 6 days a week and took 1 day break.
Right. I think what he means by mentally obese is that, don't get me wrong, for me, for everybody speaking, I am actually just starting my diet now. So I'm not an intermittent fasting. I'm actually doing the whole athletic thing because I really kicked my friend's ass on this because he was definitely physique wise, discipline wise, on being the best he could be in boxing, fighting, and keeping his physique intact. It's wonderful. But when it comes to the mindset, it's so obese. When I say mental obese, I'm talking about like putting yourself down, feeling like he's not self worth. Like he feels like he's unworthy of everything. Like here's me. I'm all about mindset coaching. And remember when you were training in your fights, I got to ask you, were you mentally fit? Like was your mindset in a good state of mind, or was it mushed out to the point where
Yeah.
I was still comparing myself to the world? I still felt that unworthiness. I still felt like I'm running behind. How do you feel about that? And that's where he's at right now, where he's not jolting in his mindset. That's why I said his mind is so obese, but he has this facade where he's fit.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of athletes struggle. I think what he's struggling with is confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's something I've I've had to work on, and I also haven't had to work on. Sometimes, because with me personally, like sports and in general, it kind of came second nature to me. I started playing sports when I was in fourth grade, and that was the first time I ever played organized. I played basketball at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of got it as soon as I picked it up, like really quick. So my confidence kind of grew. I noticed that I was always a quick learner within sports, so it kind of helped me in a way, but there did get to a point in my basketball journey where I did lack confidence and I noticed I didn't feel like I was good enough. It was in high school when I made the team my freshman year and I made it to varsity. But my whole high school career, I didn't I struggled with confidence and I want to say it dealt with a lot of the little things that I didn't think that I didn't think hindered my confidence, but it did. So I wasn't aware.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the reason why I am so confident now is because everything that I do aligns with what I'm trying to accomplish. Um
Mm-hmm.
back then, back then I always had a lot of other things that I was doing that didn't align with m- things I was trying to accomplish. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't making my best self.
Right.
So that's why my confidence wasn't there. I was doing the things that I would do, but I was also doing that I needed to do, but I was also doing things I wasn't supposed to do.
Mm.
So then when it came to the game, when it was time to test my skills, I wasn't confident because I wasn't mentally locked in.
Mm.
Um, or I wasn't disciplined in doing the things that or I was disciplined in doing the things that I had to do, but I wasn't disciplined in not doing the things I wasn't supposed to do.
Mm.
Now, in the state of my mind, I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do and doing the things that I'm not supposed to do, which leave me room for more things I could that add to my confidence,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm doing extra that maybe some of my competitors aren't doing.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think that's what's leading me to my confidence
Right.
is I'm sacrificing a lot for the things that I'm trying to accomplish.
Right. Well, here's the question that I have. Is like that's one of the things that I try to jolt into this fighter's mind. I guess you can go ahead and kind of give this to the same thing to your fighters. So, routine wise of fighting, I know you guys have a strict diet. You guys have to follow that to the T. You guys work out a lot. You have to follow that to the T. You have to make weight, right? That's one of the things that you guys do as part of your discipline.
Yeah.
So the question now is, yes, you guys have all that down, and of course, everybody else is still going through the self-worth issue, the confidence level, lack of self-esteem, right? We have actually had athletes that actually went through that. So what is changing for you now to level up your confidence? What is the best thing that you could actually tell other fighters to boost their confidence?
I would say, I mean, well, it's the consistency. Also, I think one thing is too is who I'm surrounding myself with, like
Mhm.
the other athletes that I surround myself with. I think they help me with my confidence.
Mhm.
A team like no matter how fighters they get into the ring by themselves, but they didn't become as good as they should or they are unless they had teammates that help them train, spar, you know. Um, have a collection of teammates that are better than you. Some
Mm.
that you're helping because you're better than them, and then some that are the same as you.
Mm.
Because I learn by getting beat by some of the people that are better than me,
Mm.
and then being able to teach everybody's getting better. Like
Mm.
the people that are beating me are getting better because they're able to do what they need to do against me. Um, I'm beating the people that I'm better than, and I'm helping them get to the level that I'm at. And
Mm.
then my teammates that are better than me are going against people that are better than them, um, which is helping them get better. So it's like a domino effect. It's surrounding yourself with people that are better than you. You don't want to be the best in the room all the time because you're kind of it's you're not getting better, really.
Mm. Well,
Um,
I guess
having
here's
a
the
good
other
coach
question that I
too.
have. So most fighters got that down, where to the point again, you're disciplined because you got to learn your opponent, right? You got to learn your opponent. You got to learn to when to take the L, when to take the W. All everybody knows that part. I guess the question that I have is why he feels this mental obesity is the fact that he doesn't know how to balance to have that same discipline in fighting towards his regular life. That's where that stems from, the mental obesity. So you're a fighter. How are
Meaning
you
regular life as in
your day to day? Like, I want to be successful in achieving my dreams, following my
mm,
passion, like not having to listen to the noise of the outside world. He's still like, some people still care what other people think. And that's the problem.
mm,
Like, we still have
that
this
is tough.
that is tough. Like we still have this trauma triggers, we still have emotional triggers, especially where we grew up from. You know what I mean? We grew up from that
Yeah.
trauma. So what is it that you do that's a little bit differently to give these fighters some confidence where yes, you got it down on the athlete side, but they feel so low in their regular daily life?
I mean, I separate myself from people who have an opinion because one, they don't understand my lifestyle,
Mhm.
and because I have a firm self-belief in what I'm accomplishing and that I'm on the right path to what I want to accomplish,
Mhm.
it it allows me to separate myself from those people or from anything that tries to tear me down. Yes, I still have doubts. I mean, I wake up every day like, oh, am I going to make it? But I use that inch that energy to keep moving forward to where my self-belief becomes stronger. My
Mhm.
self-belief and my dreams need to continuously be stronger than my self-doubt because self-doubt's still going to be there, but your self-belief has to be stronger and you have to ride that wave of your self-belief versus riding the wave of your self-doubt because it's always going to be two sides of the spectrum, but which one are you going to feed more? Which fire are you going to fuel more? Because you could easily fuel your self-doubt more than your self-belief, then you're inclined to giving up.
Mhm.
But I find every opportunity to fuel my self-belief and my self-belief, I personally have a strong self-belief because I have a firm foundation and relationship with God. I think He is with me every step of the way. I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for Him. So then and the situation I have in my life, like I think basketball didn't work out for me because I wasn't with Him. Because I didn't have a firm foundation with Him. But He's given me a second chance uh to do this, to
Mhm.
become a professional athlete. And now that I'm sticking by him, he's really gonna guide me towards success. So that's why I have a strong I'm more inclined to fueling my self-belief because I walk with him
Mhm.
versus not with him because I used to do that before and I know how that feels. I know where it led me. Um I've already failed once. So I can fail again, but I'm doing everything in my ability to do to walk the right path this time.
You're right. Well, when we say failing, everybody fails at life, but again, we know when to take
Yeah.
the L and when we know when to take the W because that's what happens in life. These are not called failures. These are just challenges. Like, and one of the things that
Yeah.
I did tell him too is that are you actually doing the work mentally? So guess what? We can do the physique anytime and discipline and how to win the fighting match, whatever. But if we're not applying the exact same discipline in our mental state of mind, like, are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you journaling? Are
Yeah.
you checking in with yourself? That's one of the things that
Yeah.
I tell everybody. You can follow your passion, but if you're feeling like you're stagnant, you're stuck, you're putting some low self affirmation within yourself, do you really believe you're going to succeed in what you
Yeah.
want to do?
Yeah. I mean, and like sometimes I think another thing that maybe athletes are withdrawn from is how do I do the mental work? What do I do? What is mental work for athletes like? But it's like anything in life. But like even with your sport, I'm pretty sure you didn't go into 3 a day workout sessions from the beginning. You started small. So when it comes to mental work, I would say start small. Read a page or a paragraph a day of any type of book. That is like right now, the book that I'm reading is The Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant.
Good book.
So I read a passage from that every day. I read this book called Mind Gym. I've read this book called there's another book called Learn from the Greatest.
Hmm.
Um, there's already a lot of athletes out there that give mental uh mental exercises that you could do for yourself. They've done it already. They've shown that they've been the top of the world, the best in the world. They're giving free game out there, so start to, learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like you said, journal, meditate. I do that meditation. I do that every night and every morning. I visualize a lot throughout my morning and throughout my night. Um, I have a passage. I do a journal passage every day, at least once a day.
Very proud of you, by
Um,
the way. Listen up, athletes.
yeah,
Listen up to
it's
somebody
true
who's
because
doing great.
and because it if you compound that, like maybe one journal entry is gonna be like, what the heck am I doing, you know? But if you do it I've been doing it, I have for almost a year now. And the way I've really transformed in the way I even journal. So the way I journal is different from when I first started journaling. So, and it's been a year now, and then the aspect of something I visualize is so my physique is finally starting to get to where I actually want it to be. It's not there yet, but I can see visible changes.
Mhm,
Now it's my mental, it's my mind. I visualize my actual brain
mhm,
because my body, I could see it in the mirror. You can't really see your mind.
mhm.
But if you picture a brain, yeah, you can see a picture of a brain on Google anywhere. If you visualize that brain and understand that it's something to be trained and formed and and just as much as your physical body, then you understand maybe you're level one in your mental state as an athlete versus you being level three in your physical state,
I'm
right?
level
Because we've
12.
all been meaning like you've gotten to a point where it's like, okay, your body's a little ahead of your mental state,
Mhm,
right? So now I just got to stay consistent on my mental state. So now it's gonna have to catch up a little because the physical part was easy. Now the mental part needs to start kicking in.
mhm.
And
Right.
the only difference between an amateur and a professional at the highest level is their self-belief and their mental state. What they believe their ability is.
Bingo.
So so if you can start inheriting some of the things that a professional at the highest level are doing and applying it to your daily life, you're you're able to reach heights that they've also reached, and yeah, so it's not easy. It seems easy. Oh, let me just think like them. But
Mm-mm-mm.
you're gonna have to deal with a lot of the adversities that they dealt with, the sacrifices they've dealt with, but in your own type of situation, because it's gonna come because you're thinking like them. You're gonna attract things that they've attracted as well. So it's like it's gonna come to you, and you're gonna have to be able to uh go through that adversity.
Right. Exactly. That's why I said to people, if you know how to put in the work, having the physique, having the endurance, winning that championship, but yet your brain is slushed for your life,
Yeah,
self confidence. How will you
yeah,
succeed to your
yeah,
dreams? How will you succeed to what you want? It has to do always with the mind.
yeah.
Right now, I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna hide anything from you guys physically, physique wise on me. I am working on it. I am like level one half. Like, I'm like level one half. I'm not even in
You're
level
he.
one yet, but I'm there. It's a progress. You know what I mean? It's a progress. But my mental state of mind, one of the things that I really do teach the fighters, which I taught you the meditation, I taught you the journaling, and it boosted you up even more so. I mean, I'm very proud of you
Yeah,
for your work. Like
thank
you
you.
work that, you know what I mean? That's like you're probably on level 10 mental mindset plus physique wise, you're like level 20. You know what I mean? Obviously
I have a lot of other friends that they're fighters too, and it's like their mental state. You've met him, Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I think I think it's tough for them to like they'll watch this and they'll be like, but how come like sometimes it just doesn't click, but I think you have to trust the process. You're not gonna inherit Kobe's mentality after reading one page of from his book. It's
Right.
gonna have to take it's gonna be a process. It's gonna be taking time, but so be aware of where you're at. Take this little steps. Take the little wins. Oh, I read the passage. I applied it to my thinking process once this week. Um and you'll see the exponential change with the consistency.
Right.
It's not going to just happen after one fight. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
did great one fight because I applied it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because you have to look at the length. I think I was reading this somewhere today. It was like, where was I reading it? It's longevity.
Mm.
Like it's in business and in sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the longevity. That's why tempo is important. You can't redline your body because you can't do that for a long time.
Yeah.
So for your mental state too, you just gotta start small and keep going. Take it day by day.
Right.
Um, it's you're gonna be where you're at right now, and it's probably gonna take maybe a year to get out of to have a full like 360 change in in the way you feel about your mental state.
Right.
So just
It
take your
takes
time,
time,
surround yourself.
everybody. It's like the same thing with the
Yes,
physique. It takes time. Don't be hard on
yes,
yourself, right?
yes. Yeah, but I mean, you'll still have that dopamine, like, oh wow, like being in this state of mind is really different from being in the state of mind I always used to be in.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have that, but run with like, and then when the days are hard, go talk to someone that is someone that can help you. I mean, if your friend needs someone, dude, give him my phone number. If
Mm-hmm.
he needs someone that, because someone that helped me was my friend Alan, and he's a 12-0 pro right now, and he's helped me with my mindset a lot. So
Oh,
it does help when you're in a mindset of self-doubt is winning to
mm-hmm.
talk to someone that helps you get out of it.
Yeah. I think he
Going
needs that
alone is
camaraderie for sure.
yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
someone who it's hard to do it on your own. I've tried. I
Mm-hmm.
only last a day, and I'm like, oh, I need to talk to someone. You know what I mean? Before I give up.
Right.
So,
So he's already worried the fact that he's turning 40, but he's also worried the fact that he didn't have any success, which is completely untrue. But I feel like he's not hearing me out because I'm a familiar person. So maybe if it's
uh,
coming from a place of unfamiliar, which is the people who is in his field to hear about life aspects and mental health, quote unquote, the mindset shift, maybe it would actually help out. But we're running out of time. We don't want to go on and on and on because, we don't want to bore our audience, but we wanted to go ahead and just talk about this because we want to hear your comments on the comment section. Talk to us, engage with us. I want to know about what do you guys think about physical health and mental health? What do you guys do to improve your state of mind? I want to know what is it that you guys do for your physical health. I want to know. Our athletes want to know. Please support us in our community, and we're going to go ahead and cut this out a little shorter. But any other words of wisdom that you would like to share to your audience, Paulo, before we send out and cut out of here?
like I said earlier, it's just take it day by day, literally. Um, enjoy the moment because your life is not gonna be the same it is today. Especially if you're trying to achieve something that's beyond yourself or something great, everything's gonna change. So, like, especially if you're on a day-to-day basis, just take it one day at a time, enjoy the moment, enjoy the whatever situation you're in right now.
Yeah.
So
Like he said, stay in the moment, stay in the present moment, because you know what? Like I said, even though we're chasing dreams, we're not chasing dreams, we're chasing purpose. That's our motto. We're chasing purpose. Like Paulo's chasing
uh
purpose. But again, right now it's pretty like, okay, we're chasing this purpose. It's kind of quiet. But then when you're on that bigger scale, you're like, okay, it's not so quiet anymore.
exactly. And you're gonna want to be back to where you were before. But I mean, bittersweet, you're gonna be like, I wish it was calmer, but you're also grateful that you're in the position that you're in now. So
Right, exactly. So wise words for me, for all my audience. Keep up with mental health if you are going through some stagnant mental funk, like everybody else in this world. Seek help. I'm all like, get yourself a life coach, get yourself a spiritual coach. I'm in it. So please DM me, message me. You guys have my YouTube channel. Paulo's friends can please DM me. Same thing, because Paulo's doing an amazing job. I can get you there to where you need to be. Paulo is also my partner in this. So if you guys are athletes, you guys need help, you need some inspiration, talk to Paulo. I'm like, he went through it. And this is not an easy journey. If it was, oh dear God, I'm all like, let me see myself with angel wings. But that's not happening, okay? I'm all like, so
yeah, exactly. No, true.
yeah, right. So it's a challenge. So I want you guys to just understand to go easy on yourself, give yourself some grace, give yourself that room. This is literally like what you feed into your brain is almost the same thing as what you feed into your body. So, like what Paulo says, I like the fact that he says, read a book. Passage by passage. You don't have to read the whole entire book on one day. Just at least feed something with knowledge. Feed yourself to understand your brain. Feed yourself to understand what is it that's making you feel triggered? What is your trigger traumas? What is your emotional traumas? Like, what is triggering you? Understand to check in with yourself. That's how you feed into your mental health state of mind of why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel like I'm not moving fast enough to where I need to be? Or why do I not feel confident? Well, check in with yourself. What is triggering you right now? What your traumas are looking like? What are your emotions looking like, right? So once you guys do all of that, not only are you going to be mentally healthy, fit, you're also going to be physically fit as well. Because for me, if I was like unhappy, trust me, I probably don't want to work out. I probably don't want to work out, but I'm here, I'm in it. So I'm rooting for all of you guys. I'm rooting for my athletes and I'm rooting for everybody for whatever it is that they're coming to your chasing of your purpose. But again, when's your fight again, Paulo? So that way you guys don't miss out. Go buy tickets from him. Go see his fight. When's the fight's coming up in San Bernardino?
Yeah, so it's gonna be in May 31st. May 31st at San Bernardino at the San Manuel Stadium.
Okay.
So it should be a good one. So I feel ready. It's gonna be my fourth fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
He's almost to the 10, you guys. If he hits the 10, that's it. I'm all like, I'm going to have a busy time with him on this podcast. I'm going to have a hard time getting interviews with him. So I'm enjoying this moment. So take it easy, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Paulo, you want to say goodnight to your audience as well, too?
Have a good day, guys.
Okay. Peace out. Bye.